at the odds, Manny Pacquiao is -155. Keith Thurman is the underdog. Does that surprise you heading into this matchup?
No, that doesn't surprise me at all. We all know what Manny's done. He is a living legend. You cannot take that away from him. And so I think when the fight was announced, I think everyone saw the young lion coming out and taking over. But I think as people started to really look at this fight as a whole, they started to see that, you know, Manny Pacquiao is Manny Pacquiao, and you can't take that away from him. So I think he's the favorite to win this fight for a reason.
Now, Winky, Wright, you know quite a bit about Keith Thurman. You guys are from down there in Florida. I believe you actually sparred with him when he was a young man. What did you take away from your initial impressions from a very young Keith Thurman?
Oh, when I first met Keith Thurman, it was incredible the power this young kid had and the will to win. So I think that Manny Pacquiao is a great fighter. He's gonna come out throwing a lot of punches, but I just think Keith Thurman jab and his movement and his power is harder than Manny think it is.
Now for Marco Antonio Barrera, can you tell us, both you and Morales have been inside the ring against Manny Pacquiao, but what is it like to be standing across the ring and having to deal with the explosiveness of Manny Pacquiao?
Bueno, Manny Pacquiao es un peleador, cuando lo tienes enfrente, arriba del cuadrilátero, muy fuerte, muy rápido, una energía impresionante que de repente te envuelve en el estilo.
Well, Manny Pacquiao, when you're up there and you're facing him, he's a strong, explosive, fast fighter.
Entonces te impacta un poco la forma en cómo tú peleas, pero pues aquí a mi lado está el primero que lo venció ya cuando empezó a ser grande.
Well, yeah, it's very impactful when you see him right there in front of you, but we got Morales here, who was the first man to beat him.
Well, and that's to my next point. Thank you very much. Marco, he's done television a few times as he leads me into my next point. Eric, for you fought here against Manny Pacquiao at the MGM Grand. What was the key to success, aside from the fact that you had tremendous heart in that fight? But tell us about defeating Manny Pacquiao and how significant that was for you and what Keith Thurman needs to do.
Bueno, buenas tardes. Prácticamente lo que hicimos es usar boxeo técnico, claramente aspectos técnicos para poder lograr la victoria y siempre buscar su lado más débil. Llegué bien preparado, bien entrenado, así que no hubo problema.
First of all, good afternoon. Basically, to win that fight, I was very technical against Manny Pacquiao. That's what Thurman needs to do, and well prepared, which I was on that night.
Now, Sean, fighting Keith Thurman, you've been inside the ring with them, a very close matchup. But in this fight leading into against Manny Pacquiao, Keith Thurman has stated he's going to retire Manny Pacquiao. He's been doing a lot of talking. Does that surprise you? Do you think that Keith is out of character, or is this a new Keith Thurman that he wants to once again have the biggest moment of his career?
No, Keith's not out of character at all. One thing that I'm sure Winky knows about Keith is he does not say anything that he doesn't mean. He believes everything that he says. The confidence that you see coming from him now is very real. And the number one thing that Winky just said is his will to win. He has a will to win. 29 wins, no losses. He figures out a way to do it. And I think going into this fight, he says the way I'm going to beat Manny is by destroying him and making him retire. He believes he can do that within 3 rounds. And I'm not mad at him. I understand from a fighter's perspective, when you figure out what you want to do to beat somebody, that's what you're going to do. There's no one, even if Winky has been in every camp with him and Winky say, yo man, I don't think he going to say, Winky, you ain't with me on this one. You know, 3 rounds is it, you know. So I'm a firm believer that he's going to go out there, he's going to try to put the gas to the metal real quick and try to get Manny out of there.
Winky, could that play and be a detriment for Keith Thurman, or is it more incentive for him to start early? Because he's predicting, as Sean mentioned during the press conference yesterday, he said he's betting on himself in the first couple rounds.
Well, of course, you know, every fighter bet on himself or believe in himself. You know, when I fought, I bet on myself because I believe I was going to win no matter what. Like you just said, Keith is a fighter that believes in his ability. He believes that he can go out here and knock Manny Pacquiao out. How he does it is a different thing. Manny is a fighter that, you know, he in and out. His movement is Manny. Great thing with him. He in and out. He throw quick punches. You know, he moves a lot. You know, he's tough. But Father Age is undefeated. You know, Father Time will get every fighter. We all great at one time. But when we got older, we lost that step. We lost that 1/10 of a second that took us from being great to normal. And when they take you from being great to normal, that's when things can happen. You know, Manny Pacquiao look good on the mitts and all the bag. The bag and the mitts don't hit back. Fighters will tell you all the time. You see fighters out there, everybody wants to do the Floyd Mayweather mitt drill. Not looking, hitting the mitts, not looking over here. You don't fight like that. I don't know how many fighters ever hit the mitt, hit a fighter and be looking over here. So, you know, the mitts and all that don't hit back. Keith Thurman hit back. Manny Pacquiao hits back. So, whatever fighter can put their will on another fighter, that's the fighter that's going to win.
Marco, you fought Manny Pacquiao twice. Eric fought him 3 times. What is the memory that you have from fighting Manny Pacquiao?